Gonna go do that thing today that we like to do. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. As you guessed it, today is delivery day. So let me get out on the road and fill you guys in on what we are taking delivery of in today's video. It is delivery day. We are trading in the Cadillac Escalade for a C8 Z06. And for those that have been following the channel, you guys know I have been waiting for this car for the better half of 2 years. So it's a much awaited transition. But nonetheless, it is a bittersweet one because I have really enjoyed owning the Escalade. The fit finish, it's a General Motors product. It rattles a little bit, it creaks, things are a little loose. The center console is a little kind of shaky and makes rattling noises. But besides that, this has been a fantastic vehicle. I mean, just look at the quality of the interior. Of all the cars that I own, this is probably the nicest and most comfortable interior. And there was just no theater. I mean, there was no exhaust notes, there was no burbliness. It was just a calm, quiet, luxury car with a lot of good technology features. Some overkill, like the AR night vision camera and the AR camera. I never really found a good use for that stuff. It felt very gimmicky, but nonetheless, today is delivery day. We are moving on from the Cadillac Escalade, and this will be a car that had a lot of memories. Put on a good 18,000 miles, just shy of 18,000. Mostly all highway driving, going to and from job sites and such. Just the car had a really killer profile, just a very long vehicle, so it was nice to have a car like this in the fleet, and I look forward to someday getting back to a full-size luxury SUV. I kind of get into one every couple of years when I get bored with what I have at the time. And if you are watching General Motors, the wireless charging pad on the Escalade is a home run. Best wireless charging pad of any vehicle I have ever owned, and phones are very prominent in our day-to-day, so it is nice to have the wireless charging pad. And I hope that someday this sees itself onto the C8 Corvette, which has a very clunky and hard to get to charging pad. And just like that, we are here. It is time to say goodbye to the Cadillac Escalade. So we'll pick this video up when the C8 Z06 gets here. And there she is, boys and girls, the C8 Z06. Very excited about this car. I have to do a little bit of paperwork. This color is gorgeous. So let me go get the car taken care of, and then I'll go to a quiet place and we will go a full walk around of the car. Nothing like having a Corvette club show up. My friend decided to buy a C8 Z06 this morning just to I guess, show me up. Is that what we're doing?
No. I almost didn't come here because I didn't want to steal the floor.
No, this is awesome. This is awesome. Now I have a reason to do sport cats because you're going to be doing them.
Yeah, well, what are we going?
So driving the C8 Z06 again, it's been a while since I've been in this car and I forget what it's like to drive this car sometimes. It's so weird for those that have driven a McLaren or a Lamborghini Huracan. Following a caravan of C8s, a bunch of my friends came down for a delivery. We're getting the car to the detail shop where it will sit for probably a few days, getting some work done, get all ready to be driven and enjoyed. But this car has like that comfort level of McLaren where you feel like you're in control. It's very like composed. It's a very like refined and sculpted feeling. Not to the level of McLaren, but kind of some of those attributes while having some of the raw kind of, I don't want to say violence, but just the aggressive nature of a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini is a lot more low visibility, The center of gravity is very different in a Lamborghini compared to a McLaren, so it's kind of weird that this is like has attributes of both. Brand new. Again, this is 23 miles, just left the dealership, so I got to put some miles on the car before I can truly enjoy it and it opens up. But so far, I think the 1LZ is a really good trim. We're going to go over a lot of things around trim levels and packages. I think the dynamic of the Corvette is much different now than it was, say, in 2020, because the 2LZ's really lost its value over the last couple of years. And I do really like that the speaker grills are black. I will do a comparison of the sound system, or at least provide some feedback as I enjoy and put some miles on this car. But an otherwise very basic interior, yellow seat belts, black GT1 seats. I actually really like these seats more than I think I would have liked them. But let me park somewhere and let's do a walk around of this car. As you guys know, I'm not... No, that's a Sport Cats and exhaust. And really big thing is I can't get over the sound of this car, man. I forget what this car sounds like. It's just such a cool and exotic sound. But it's bittersweet because this car absolutely makes the Stingray seem like a bargain. It's so much better than the Stingray, but at the same time, is it $50,000 better than the Stingray is a very honest question to ask yourself. For me it is, because I hang out around with a lot of people that have McLarens and that have, drop a couple gears down. That just sounds gorgeous. But yeah, I hang out with a lot of people that have McLarens and Huracans, so I need the extra power to keep up. But for all you Stingray fans, the people that subscribe to the channel for the Stingray, this car, as great as it is, also puts the Stingray into better perspective, which the Stingray for $50,000 less in a comparable trim is truly a very good bargain. So don't feel bad if you have a Stingray, but a Z06 is also a very good upgrade. Very mixed emotions in terms of comparing the two. Now, the one thing I will say about the Z06 and the 1LZ trim that I absolutely love is the lack, and I don't know how to get this thing to stop using Google Assist, but the lack of lines and those little like hooks that they paint on the 2LZ and 3LZ interiors. Definitely a very, very big fan, because you don't get a lot of glare and reflection of the dash out of the windshield. So I think that's a big upgrade in my honest opinion, that you don't have to deal with that on the 1LZ. And here she is, two C8 Z06s taking delivery on the same day at two separate dealerships. My buddy with the McLaren 720S that's been on some of the shorts in the channel decided to pick up a C8 Z06 for himself. He had the 70th anniversary edition that I actually reviewed on the channel last year. So everyone thinks I'm just some rando filming someone's car in a parking lot, but so be it. That's the YouTuber life. I'm excited, guys. I think this is going to be good for the channel. I've been doing a lot of news updates for the year and a half that I haven't had a Corvette, and I've tried to piecemeal it with the Escalade and the TRX. And so I'm just very, very excited to finally be back in a Corvette, because I don't necessarily enjoy being a guy that chases down and vets leaks. I do have some sources. I'm not going to be that YouTuber that makes shit up with a bunch of sources that don't actually exist, or I know a guy, but I do my best to try to get information around Corvettes in front of you guys. But what I really enjoy doing is vlogging the ownership experience, and I don't want to get away from that. And so without a Corvette, that was difficult, but now that I have a Corvette, I think we're going to be back to doing our usual, which is really sharing what it's like owning cool cars, modding cool cars. And even though the ZR1 was announced earlier in the week, or actually last week at this point by the time this video gets up, that doesn't take away from how awesome this car is. Now this car is becoming more and more obtainable, and I really think that this engine makes this car pretty exotic. It's a supercar. There is no denying it. There is no debating it. The question is whether the ZR1 dampers the market for this and makes this a car that's worth 10 below sticker like the Stingrays are doing right now. Honestly, I don't even care, because I don't see a pathway for me to get to a C8 ZR1. So I think this is a long time keeper on the channel, and it is a very good, likable spec. Very basic. Again, we'll go over a lot of details when we do a breakdown of the monthly payment, the insurance, and the spec and build sheet of this car. But I did spec this car. I spec this car myself. I built it myself. And in all fairness, where are my bedside manners? I have to give a huge shout out to Dave Issa and Andrew Beard at Copeland Chevrolet in Hyannis. They did a fantastic job. They've taken care of me for years now. The yellow C8R that built the channel, that really kind of got the channel popular, that car got a lot of attention and a lot of views, that came because they decided to do right by the customer. So I have to give a huge shout out to Copeland Chevrolet in Hyannis. In particular, the Hyannis dealership, there are two Copeland dealerships. One is not a good dealership, the one on, I think, Brockton or somewhere in that region. I go out of my way to come to Hyannis, Massachusetts, where they have a really, really good staff, a really, really good model, and they value the customer the most. And so if you are from the area and you're in the market for a C8 Corvette or a Chevrolet product, I highly recommend using their services. They're a great dealership to work with. And I'm giving all the attention to the blue car because that is the channel car, but my friend's car over here is a nice Arctic white. He's going to dress this car up and make it really, really good. Red calipers, competition seats, so I'm very, very pumped to actually have been able to sit inside the competition seats side by side. We'll try to get into this car at some point. Surprisingly very, very comfortable. This car I actually found with the comp seats is a lot more comfortable than I would have expected. And after having sat in the competition seats, I will say that I probably should have gone with them on my spec, but again, I'm very happy with this build. I'm happy with the price point of this build. I feel comfortable with this car and the performance and the sound, so a lot of good content to come. And I do have to end with the fact that this car looks absolutely beautiful in the right light. The paint is fantastic. This car is fantastic. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, until the very next video, I look forward to seeing all of you in the comment section below.